Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Tonight on Network News, public officers take to the streets of St. George to celebrate pension judgment. Chief Education Officer Angela Finlay says no permission was given for principals and teachers to participate in Friday's Freedom March. Fun Day at Green Street's preschool engages in special Fun Day of learning. Over in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, one MP threatens to give a government minister a Chris Rock special. Moving further afield, Russia accuses Ukraine of rocket attack on oil storage depot, and Dream 11 spies ILT-10 to bowl off next week, while Grenada receive an excellent rating from West Indies team manager and former fast bowler. That's coming up a little later in sports. We'll tell you more when we come back.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue. Available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Welcome to our live broadcast of Network News at 7. I'm Krista Campbell. Topping news tonight. In what was deemed the Grand Victory March, public officers were out in numbers on Friday afternoon. They were celebrating the High Court judgment handed down this week that would mean pension payments for more public workers and a $1 billion bill for government. Christina John leads us off tonight.
The sound of a triumphant group of public officers who can now rest assured that their pension is secured. During the past week, the High Court ruled in favor of public officers. The ruling declared that the Pension Disqualification Act, as amended, is unconstitutional, null and void insofar as it sought to modify pre-independence Constitution pension laws. As such, the court held that the pre-independence pension laws continue to be the pension scheme applicable for the payment of pension to public officers joining the service after February 1985. The public officers marched from the National Stadium through the streets of the capital, St. George, onto Old Trafford. The struggle for pension restoration began as far back as 1983 when the Pension Disqualification Act was enacted. However, legal proceedings pertaining to pension restoration began in 2018 with the initial hearing in July last year. John, GBN News.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Education informed school principals and teachers via a letter made public on Friday morning that no permission was sought for their participation in today's Freedom March. The letter specifically noted that no permission was granted for them to attend and/or participate in the event. Here's Krista John once again with that side of the story.
Public workers planned to take to the streets of St. George for 1 p.m. Friday afternoon for its Freedom March, but the Ministry of Education made it clear its principals and teachers were not granted permission to participate. In a circular issued by the Ministry of Education and signed by the Chief Education Officer Angela Findlay, mere hours before the planned Victory March staged by the public officers, the Ministry of Education and Human Resource Development and Information issued a statement informing its members that no permission was sought and none was given for them to participate in this event. The circular states in part, and I quote, "Teachers and principals in charge are further informed that to date, the Ministry of Education and Human Resource Development, Religious Affairs and Information are not in receipt of any correspondence, written or otherwise, to this effect." It further advised all members of staff to take appropriate measures to account for all staff who fail to comply with this directive. Public Relations Officer of the PWU, Daisy Hazard, says they are aware of the correspondence from the ministry.
We're looking at a letter at a statement which seeks to say to workers that they do not have permission to attend or permission to participate in a union event. What we want to say as a PWU categorically, we respect the office of the CABSEC. We enjoy that relationship. We get mutual respect. And as a union, we will never do or have done anything that would seek to jeopardize that relationship in any way. When we do have to get permission for events and time up for our members based on activities that our union has organized, we do so properly.
Hazard says they are guided by the Constitution. However, what concerns them is whether or not there is a suggestion or an attempt to suggest to workers that they ought to seek permission to participate in anything that they should be free to participate in, according to the Grenada Constitution.
But we are looking at our Constitution, and we are looking at 11.1, which says that except with his own consent, no person shall be hindered in the enjoyment of his freedom of assembly and association. That is to say, his right to assemble freely and to associate with other persons, and in particular, to form or belong to trade unions or other associations.
The Grenada Union of Teachers told GBN that in a letter addressed to the Chief Education Officer, Ms. Finley, dated March 31st, did inform the ministry of its intent to hold a Freedom March, stating, and I quote, "The National Executive of the GUT hereby informs that all its members will be called out tomorrow, April 1st, to participate in a pension victory march in St. George, commencing 1 p.m. The request is made in accordance with Article 3.1 on 21st of the 6th, 2003 and Article 6, 21.11.3 of our collective bargaining agreement. The union further informs that all members from all parishes should assemble by 1:15. The National Executive thanks you in advance for your kind cooperation and consideration and apologizes for the late notification." Unquote. Krista John, GBN News.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Youth Development, Marina Jessamy, says she has welcomed the integration between youth development and national security. Jessamy notes the interrelation between the two ministries, especially within the Empower program at Her Majesty's Prison, where the inmates' testimonials are critical elements of change to be shared with the wider society.
I must say that the areas they choose are things that will help them to reintegrate. When they come from prisons, they will be able to rebuild their lives. And in addition to Empower, we also have a committee working to assist inmates who come outside of, who would have served their time. And we stay in touch with them, one, to help them to provide for housing, to provide for references. You see, when you come, when you're an inmate, after you're released, it is a process to rebuild your life. And that is why I would say that as a community, as a nation, we have a responsibility to allow persons for a second and third chance, as Minister would have said.
She says the interlink of the two ministries has aided government in identifying issues and forging plans to address youth development and national security.
At one hand, you see vibrant youths. At the other hand, you also have youth, but they are not in the best position. I want to say that when you look at the population of prisons, between 18 and 40 years is the majority of the population we have. So about 70% of the population in Her Majesty's prison are young people. And so we cannot only focus on those outside of prisons. And
on a more lighter note, teachers of the Green Street Preschool created a fun learning concept that will allow their toddlers to express themselves more freely. Rena Perth-Thomas spent some time with the Tiny Tots on Friday.
It's Funny Friday for the preschoolers of the Green Street Preschool as the toddlers came to school dressed in their funny clothing. The students were allowed to express themselves freely by wearing 2 different color socks and shoes along with a funny hairstyle. 4+ teacher at the Green Street Preschool, Josim Nimrod, says the whole concept of the day is to get the children to know the letter F by associating with Fool's Day, April 1st, along with words beginning with the letter.
Today, for the small group, we had the teachers teach the concept of letter F and the sound of letter F. So the children gave words that begins with the letter F. And they were very excited about it. They came in and they knew that it was Funny Friday, and they knew that funny begins with letter F and that Friday begins with letter F. And when you ask them, how are you feeling? They said they're feeling fine, funny, fantastic. They use words that begins with the letter F.
With the teacher along with the students came with a silly clothing and hairstyle on Friday. Nimrod said the children were allowed to dress in their unique way to make the day as fun as possible.
All sorts of clothing is to get the whole funny idea, the different shoes, the different socks, dressing wrong side, the funny hairstyle. It was just a silly day, a funny day. You call it as we know, it's April 1st, it's Fool's Day. So it was actually just to get the day, to represent them for the day, and to make them have a little fun. As time goes on, well, the school term is coming to an end, but when this new school term, we would think of something else to bring in for them to be able to learn different letters.
The students had this to say to you as they celebrate Funny Friday. For GBN News, I am Rena Perth-Thomas reporting.
A fun Friday indeed. Thanks, Rena, for that. Agriculture Minister attends the 37th conference of the FAO in Latin America and the Caribbean in Ecuador. That's coming up in Network News when we return.
Grenada's #1 track and field event is back. The Republic Bank Inter-Secondary Schools Athletic Championship is on Thursday, April 7th, 1 day only at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Come and experience key track and field rivalry among our secondary school athletes from 9 a.m. Admission, main pavilion, $15. Secondary stand, $10. Students and children under 12, $5. It's the grand return to Secondary School Track and Field Championship and the inaugural Republic Bank Intercall. Thursday, April 7th at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. You must be there.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Angie, don't you know that you should not fly kites near electrical poles and wires. You should only fly it in open areas. If the kite gets stuck, it can cause power outages throughout the village.
Then I'll just pull it down, Johnny. Simple?
No. You shouldn't do that. You can get shocked. You should call Grenlec at 237 and they will come and help.
Alright.
Never fly kites near the power lines. If your kite ever gets tangled, do not attempt to remove it on your own. A message from Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Here is a little known fact. There is only one place in Grenada that you can get an MRI scan done. That place is Speyside Imaging Center. Yes, Grenada, that's the truth. Other centers could offer you other scans, but Speyside Imaging provides an authentic MRI scan. Here's another little known fact. Speyside Imaging has 3 centers. We operate at Grenville, the Carnage, and at the Ocean House, Grandlands. We provide the widest range of laboratory tests and services. CT scans, x-rays, mammograms, ultrasounds, and a host of other services. We are fully staffed by a team of family doctors and specialists. Call us today at 444-7679 or 406-1500 or visit any of our 3 locations. Speyside Imaging, from seeing the doctor to getting lab tests, scans, and pharmacy services. We are here to take care of you.
Our senior women's national team continues their CONCACAF Women's Qualifiers campaign. This time, they battle against the Cayman Islands on Wednesday, the 6th April 2022 at the Karani James Athletic Stadium. Kickoff time, 5 p.m. Get your limited tickets now for just $20 EC from the Grenada Football Association headquarters, Queen's Park. Grenada versus the Cayman Islands. CONCACAF Women's Qualifiers, Wednesday, 6th April from 5 p.m. at the Karani James Athletic Stadium. Feel the passion. Let's support the Spice Girls.
My name is Dominic Lawrence. I'm a police officer by profession, and I've been a member of Ariza now for about 20 years or less. I chose to join Ariza because I've been hearing some good stuff about them. And my sister was a member before me. She told me about her good experience that she had with Ariza. What I like most about Ariza is the way they treat you as a member. They take good care of you. They help you in very, very good ways. They have some good products in place to help you. I've been able to budget a lot better because of the products and things that they have in place to help us as members. I love it when you call Ariza and the way they would answer the phone. Ariza, how can we make you smile? I would like to take this time now to congratulate Ariza on the 75 years of service to the people of Grenada.
The most anticipated kids event is happening on Saturday, 16th April, Easter Saturday.
Easter Kids Extravaganza.
The Easter Kids Extravaganza. Monroe's Playing Field, 1 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Easter Saturday. Rides and slides.
Obstacle courses, rock climb, bouncy castles, and much, much more. Then from 6 p.m., we move stateside for special performances from IMG Fuego, the Magico Circus from Cuba, alongside Fawn, Looney's Park, and Electrify. Admission kids, $5. Adults, $10. Parents, guardians, get the kids ready. Easter Saturday, Monroe's Playing Field. Something not to be missed.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
This is Network News, and we are continuing with the newscast. What's to be expected in the upcoming drum moonlighting on Sunday, put on by the Tivoli Drummers? Let's go over to GBN's Beverly Tellisford, who will tell us more in tonight's GBN Entertainment Report.
The Tivoli Drummers came into existence in the year 1995. It is a community-based organization aimed at promoting the indigenous culture and heritage of Grenada through education and performing arts. Livingston Nelson, founder of the Tivoli Drummers, spoke of the origin of the Tivoli Drummers.
Tivoli is the home of drumming in Grenada. It didn't just start up with the Tivoli Drummers. Way before, there were great drummers from Tivoli. But Tivoli Drummers are taking drumming to a completely different level. In terms of, we have introduced choreographed drumming, and we have had drummers that were, brought up styles and made their own drums, etc. And that was a new thing in Grenada.
Over the years, the Tivoli Drummers were able to bring drum moonlighting activities to every parish of the island. Nelson says this year's drum moonlighting resumes after a 2-year break due to COVID-19 and is expected to be a memorable experience for old and new audiences.
We also develop a style of drumming, or an interactive kind of session we call drum moonlighting. And drum moonlighting now is tutbaga, everything goes. Right. So we have the young playing with the old, and when we do drum moonlighting, people just have a ball of a time. Because you have a chance to sing, you have a chance that you can sing, you have a chance where you can drum, you have a chance to dance. And this time we're adding a new component. Actually, we have a component where you can actually come and do a solo, do something on your own. Somebody with any talent can come. Now we have a stage.
The group is comprised of members from all generations, senior and junior members alike. The senior drummer added that one of the greatest joys of drum moonlighting is seeing the different generations merge together to enjoy the music of the drum.
Somebody commented about them, they find in Grenada that the older people tend to dance for themselves and the younger people tend to dance for themselves. With our drumming, and you'll see it even in Carriacou, you'll find that sometimes the older ones dance together with the younger ones, and that is okay. So this sense of generation, the generation gap, you're bridging that the generational gap.
The event is carded to take place at the Tivoli Cultural Center on Sunday.
Thanks, Beverly, for that interesting entertainment piece. Moving now to current affairs on the Sister Isle. Central Statistical Officers are in Carriacou and PT Martinique and are expected to be there for the entire month of April. This is to continue with the collection of the data for the island's population and housing census. Rena Thomas reports.
The Central Statistical Office within the Ministry of Finance sent a 15-member delegation to Carriacou and Petit Martinique on Friday to conduct enumeration for the National Population and Housing Census. The delegation comprised IT personnel, coordinators, and enumerators who will complement the team of census workers on the Sister Isle. Director of Statistics, Halim Brizan, explains.
Now, this team of persons will also be accompanied by enumerators from Carriacou and Petit Martinique who are trained to undertake this job. So it will be a combination of persons from our office and persons from Carriacou and residents of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Mm-hmm. So a team of persons at some point in time will proceed to Petit Martinique to start conducting interviews there as well.
The mission in the Sister Isle is expected to run from April 1st to the 26th.
There 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
Right. Most persons will be there for 3 weeks. Some persons would be remaining just to do some mop-up work. Mm-hmm. So we hope to accomplish as much as possible in Carriacou and Petit Martinique, because unfortunately we were not able to go out earlier or we were not able to start the census earlier in Carriacou and Petit-Martinique because of the challenges with the COVID pandemic and us trying our best to get things moving in mainland Grenada.
The census, according to Brizan, plays an integral role in sustainable development planning and building resilience as locations of citizens are recorded while risks are assessed in terms of disaster and response.
In the census, we collect a wealth of information ranging from demographics to education, to health, to living conditions, to employment, ICT, fertility, and even migration, right? And this is an important planning tool for the country. This is the most important planning tool for the country, especially as we seek to achieve sustainable development and to alleviate poverty.
Interviews can be done via telephone or face-to-face with enumerators if requested. The census started last November but was put on hold in December due to COVID-19 and resumed in January. Former Statistics Director Cullen Gilchrist is urging the Grenadian population to be cooperative with statistics field officers who are presently out in various communities gathering information for data collection. Every 10 years, the country is expected to conduct a population census, the last of which was held in Grenada in 2011. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
Thank you, Rena. In the agricultural realm, Peter David, the Minister of Agriculture, is presently attending the 37th conference of the FAO in Latin America and the Caribbean held in Ecuador this week. We get more details on the discussions held from Krista John.
With support from the United Nations Food and Agricultural Organization, the Ministry of Agriculture said it is looking forward to the successful implementation of the agriculture risk insurance product. The ministry cites the attainment of a functional agriculture risk insurance product as a significant move towards building better livelihoods for stakeholders within the sector. The product implementation began in 2017 following the conclusion of preliminary research and dialogue with stakeholders. The decision was made for the project to be piloted within the cocoa and nutmeg subsector.
The importance of this initiative. Firstly, timely insurance payout after crop losses due to catastrophic weather can help farmers rebound faster, preventing long delays in resuming their livelihoods. The experience of Hurricanes Ivan and Emily demonstrate the need to have farmers resume production quickly. To date, we have not yet returned to pre-Ivan, pre-hurricane levels of production in the nutmeg sector.
He believes that implementing such a project is an innovative response to ensure that people enjoy a better life.
So far, we have completed the insurance product design, a hybrid product incorporating parametric and indemnity insurance, which covers losses associated to wind. We have completed the modeling of wind speed component and risk analysis and have selected an insurance broker, Willis Towers Watson, to approach the reinsurance market in search of the optimal. Several outstanding matters to be dealt with, including the mapping of the nutmeg and cocoa farming units, the establishment of operational procedures for scheme management, and the complete registration of the nutmeg and cocoa farmers.
Upon completion of this project, the end product will be submitted to the regulator for approval. According to him, government is cognizant of the important role that agriculture risk insurance coverage can play in making the sector more resilient and is committed to bringing this project to fruition. The Ministry of Agriculture continues to collaborate with the Food and Agricultural Organization towards the fulfillment and implementation of this crop insurance and is hopeful that the insurance product can be implemented fully before the start of the hurricane season in 2023. Krista John, GBN News.
Thanks, Krista, for that abridgment. The team here at the GBN value your perspectives, and so we share them in our Social Buzz report. Let's see what the buzz has been about in the last 24 hours.
We present the news. You analyze the various topics and distill the issues as they unfold. Your distillation points matter as we're about to highlight them in our Social Buzz report.
GBN Social Buzz is reaching beyond the local platform to share with you what's trending on social media. We browse the World Wide Web and bring to you the topics inciting the most reaction and debate among users. Tonight's video takes us to the Barclays Center in New York, where Grenada's very own Jefferson Ramirez performed for the basketball team Brooklyn Nets. A proud moment for the son of the soil and Grenadians at home and in the diaspora. The Barclays Center is dubbed the home of the Brooklyn Nets. They took on the Milwaukee Bucks in last night's NBA matchup. That's what's buzzing tonight. We encourage you, our viewers and listeners, to submit your think pieces on trending topics locally, regionally, and internationally via our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms.
And we thank Beverly for keeping us abreast of what's buzzing on our social media platforms. Will the Grenada National Youth Policy 2015 to 2018 be implemented by the end of this year? The answer when we return.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
Your vehicle insurance should never break your bank. With Beacon, you can get up to 35% off your fully comprehensive car insurance and still get full protection from unexpected damages with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. When it comes to your insurance, always be sure you settle for more. Call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt and get a quote today.
Win the grand prize of $50,000 in the Digicel Prime Plus 50K jackpot. Or you could grab second place of $15,000 or third place of $5,000 and loads of weekly prizes like cash, smartphones, hardware and grocery vouchers and more. To enter, simply activate any Prime Plus bundle in the My Digicel app or dial *664 #. 1 day Prime Plus bundle equals 1 raffle entry. 3 day bundle equals 3 raffle entry. 7 day Prime Plus bundle equals 7 raffle entry. And a 30-day Prime Plus bundle equals 30 raffle entries, plus a bonus 20 extra entries. Over $100,000 in prizes to be won. Activate a Prime Plus bundle today. Digicel, better together.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Introducing Color by Sissons. Color by Sissons.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Thanks for staying with us. The Grenada National Youth Policy 2015-2018 continues to sit on the back burner, seemingly being cast aside and shelved after being piloted as a vehicle of change for historic youth development. Initially pushed for the 2013 general election, the National Youth Policy has remained in the draft stage despite another election approaching, which if implemented would have seen the establishment of a National Youth Council. Minister with responsibility for youth development, Kate Lewis-Peters, was recently quizzed on the possible implementation of the youth policy.
Youth policy, yes, we have been working closely with the Legal Affairs Department to ensure that the actual policy can be finalized so we can take it first to Cabinet and then to Parliament. We have been working consistently on that to ensure it does not remain on the shelf, but to ensure it can go towards Parliament and therefore thereafter implementation.
Minister Lewis-Peters added that they are hoping that by the end of this year, the policy will be implemented. Tonight's ISAW submission is undoubtedly a cry for help. Let's take a peek to find out more.
A good eye catches all. GBN ISAW is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
It's not a want, it's a need, said tonight's ISAW reporter. Her submission is on behalf of a gentleman living in a house along a road in the Ladig area. The video footage was accompanied by this message, and I quote, "The people of Ladig and Bellevue are begging, please, please fix the road. It's been a while like this. Vehicles can't drive on the road. People can't even walk there. There's a man living in the house who is suffering from a disability, and doing little exercises and walking helped him, but due to the road, he cannot take his little stroll," end quote. It concluded with, and I quote, "We are begging on behalf of the gentleman living in the house. He needs to take his walks to strengthen his knees," end quote. GBN hopes our ISAW platform can help bring some light to the situation. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Thank you, Beverly. When we come back, we take a look at the latest in sports and, of course, we probe around the globe.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
If there was ever a time to keep and stay healthy, it's now. We at Hills and Valley are here to help you take deliberate steps to maintain your health. We stayed true to maintaining the most comprehensive rates while stocking the widest range of medicines and health devices, including personal protective equipment. There are so many benefits shopping with us. You get great savings through discounts for senior citizens and reward cards for loyal customers. Ask about owning yours today. Visit us at Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George, Jubilee Street opposite the Grenville Bus Terminal, and at Hillsborough, Carriacou. Our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street also stocks the widest range of pharmaceuticals. We are with you on the hills and in the valleys. We are Hills and Valley Pharmacy.
Sporting fanatics, welcome to our Sports Roundup. Tonight we are starting with the latest in cricket. President of the Grenada Cricket Association, Dwayne Gill, says all systems are in place for the start of the second Dream 11 Spice LT20 cricket tournament. The tournament bowls off at the National Cricket Stadium on Tuesday and will feature several local and Windward Island players.
We see our players playing for the Windwards, and perhaps we see some of them playing for the West Indies, right? But at the local level, sometimes we know nothing, we don't know what's going on. So it's an opportunity to see Smith come up against Sherman Lewis, or Pascal come up against Fletcher, right? And, what more can you ask for? And the fact that, I think what really motivates a lot of the players is that they know that there's a large audience on television and on online and so on, and you see something in them that says, listen, I want to prove to the world that I can play cricket.
The teams were named during the week, which includes defending champions Nutmeg Warriors led by Andrew Fletcher and runners-up Cinnamon Pacers.
So it's going to be very, very exciting. Very, very exciting, Michael. And I think, you're going to miss out on it if you don't get yourself in a position to see the best that we have. We mentioned players from Carriacou. We have players from all the parishes. There's a player from St. John, or two players from St. John. So we have players all around, in addition to those players from the Windward Islands, Dominica, St. Lucia, and also St. Vincent and Grenadines.
In more cricket news, there is no problem with the West Indies batting order, says Sir Curtly Ambrose. The recent England tour of the Caribbean was dissected on GBN. The West Indies legend, first addressing the top order batsman, says a confidence builder in the form of a good score is needed for the Jamaican opener to settle.
I still believe that he needs a little more time to continue to develop. And then I believe he looks solid when he's out there. He can play his shot, can be aggressive when he wants to. But I just believe that he just needs a good score under his belt. And then that will build his confidence. And we'll see a better player. He's got the start, but just never really carried on. So I believe once he gets that good first score on his belt, we will see a different player altogether. He just needs some time.
Sir Curtly says he has no problem with the current batting order.
I've heard people say that Jason Holder shouldn't be batting at number 6. And even in this last test match, he batted ahead of Kyle Mayers. Some people are saying that he should bat after Kyle Mayers and all that. I've heard all that discussion. But quite frankly, Jason Holder is a good enough batsman to bat anyway in that order as far as I'm concerned. Right? You can't be a player, number one all-rounder in the world, right, over the last couple of years, score double 100, score hundreds, and can't bat. So I believe he's good enough to bat anywhere. So I don't have any problems with where Jason Holder is batting. Whether it's 6 or 7 or 5, I have no issues. It's all about what the team requires and who the captain and coach seems fit to bat in certain positions.
Meanwhile, team manager Raul Lewis says, based on feedback from the players, it was a joy to return to Grenada. As the only Grenadian on the team, Lewis says it was refreshing to sit and listen to the compliments from the West Indies players for the people they interacted with, such as the ground staff.
Our analyst walked up to me yesterday and said that these guys really care about what they're doing. You know, you look at the little detailed work that goes into the facility and what they do and how it look and the feedback that they request from us. That tells me that they are very much interested in preparing a good facility and a facility that we enjoy. So, you know, they walk up to me all the time and they want feedback from the coaches. They want to know, how did the pitch play? Did you guys like the nets? What about the outfield? You know, and everything like that. So that tells me that the staff at the National Cricket Stadium is very, very, very much interested in giving us a top-class facility, and we were so happy with it. Very happy with the work that they did.
Sir Curtly, no stranger to Grenada, was also high in praise of quality of the wickets prepared by the local groundsman, noting his expectations for a better cricket surface than the previous venues.
So when I got to the stadium and I saw the surface, I was very, very pleased. I know it's a tough job being a groundsman, you know, because they always get criticized when they don't get it right. So it was always looking like a result pitch, and we did get that in our favor. So we must give kudos to the ground staff for preparing a good surface, and I'm just hoping now that all the other territory can follow suit. Well, apart from St. Lucia, because St. Lucia got some of the best tracks in the Caribbean for years, but all the other territories can follow suit and give us good, better surfaces, more result-oriented.
The former West Indies fast bowler considers the quality of the pitches as highly important to the overall development of batsmen, fast bowlers, and spinners.
We need to prepare better cricket services, meaning good, consistent bound. There's something for the fast bowlers, and the later on, something for the spinners. And if you're good enough batsman, you can play your strokes without wondering if it's going to keep low and that kind of thing. And we will see better cricketers coming out of the Caribbean. When you look at in the past, when we go overseas and we get surfaces that are bouncing a bit, we struggled for the most part. Why? Because the surfaces in the Caribbean are too low and slow, so the batsmen are not accustomed to the ball bouncing and moving.
That is indeed our look at sports. Up next, we delve into global matters. Probe around the globe. We commence in St. Vincent, where an MP has threatened to give another a Chris Rock special. On Sunday, Will Smith slapped comedian and Academy Awards host Chris Rock over a joke about Smith's wife. And on Thursday, Vincentian MP Daniel Cummins told Minister of the Public Service Frederick Stevenson that he would have gotten a Chris Rock special were they near each other. Cummins was debating a COVID-19 resolution when the exchange occurred.
I have been at the forefront of discussing matters related to COVID from this side of the House. Madam Speaker, I charge you to advise the Honorable Minister who makes these cynical comments about my medical attention to resist being asinine in his comments, because that's what he's doing. You do not make snide remarks about people's medical needs.
I never mentioned any medical needs.
If he were close to me, he would get a Chris Rock special. Because he is that foolish. He is that foolish.
Honorable members. Let us observe proper parliamentary language.
Thank you, Madam.
Honorable member, please continue. Please continue.
Following widespread outrage in the Bahamas over the acting director of public prosecution's comments about a plea deal in an unlawful sexual intercourse case involving a teenage girl and a 40-year-old man, National Security Minister Wayne Munroe says he doesn't get the controversy. The details in this Our News report.
Amid the outrage after a 40-year-old man was jailed for 4 years after impregnating a 14-year-old schoolgirl, National Security Minister Wayne Munroe said the perpetrator should have gotten a lighter sentence because the victim willingly had sex with him, despite being under the age of consent. Munroe said 4 years is too long, adding the standard for rape when a person doesn't consent is 7 years.
If I were advising the accused and somebody gets 7 years for raping somebody, I wouldn't have been advising my client to agree to 4 years for unlawful intercourse. Because I would say that if we go to court, you would say to the judge, he didn't rape her. She consented.
When asked to explain the 4-year sentence, Acting Director of Public Prosecutions Franklin Williams said the girl was highly sexualized and engaged in risky behavior, and that the facts of the case informed the punishment. That sentiment sparked fierce public backlash. Munroe, however, siding with Williams, saying its comments weren't victim blaming.
I don't see it as victim blaming. It is simply you sentence based on what happens.
Fellow PLP parliamentarians Pia Glover-Roll and Leslie Miller-Bryce have condemned the DPP's comments. However, Munroe argues that having sex with a person under the age of consent is not rape, adding he doesn't get the controversy.
It's not rape, which means that you're being punished because as a big man, you shouldn't be having sex with anybody under 16.
Right.
If the person under 16, if you force them, they would still charge you with sex with somebody under 16. But the sentencing court would say that you forced this person, they didn't initiate it, so you will get a higher sentence than somebody who initiates it with you.
When pressed that the victim could not have consented because she was under the age of consent, Munroe claimed that she was able to consent from the age of 7, but noted her consent doesn't matter until she's 16.
I'm having great difficulty understanding that people do not understand the difference between I lure a young child out of the house, I trick her, and the difference between I hold her down, I have sex with her against her will, and she comes out and have sex with me willingly. Both of those things are wrong. Both of those things are a crime. But everyone should understand there should be a different level of punishment given the differing circumstances.
On the international scene, Russia has said that Ukraine has conducted missile strikes on an oil storage depot in western Russia. The local governor said the attack was carried out by 2 Ukrainian helicopters, but Ukraine's foreign minister said it could not confirm or deny whether Kyiv was behind the attack. If confirmed, it would be the first time that Ukrainian aircraft have flown into Russian airspace to hit a target. France 24 has the latest.
Plumes of smoke fill the sky in the Russian city of Belgorod, just north of Ukraine. Moscow has accused Kyiv of carrying out an airstrike on a fuel depot around 40 kilometers from the border, believed to be the flash of light captured in these CCTV images. The city's regional governor said 2 Ukrainian military helicopters flew into Russian territory at low altitude in the early hours of Friday. These images of the aftermath have not been verified, and Kyiv has not claimed responsibility for the attack. Ukraine's defense minister said he could not confirm or deny the reports.
I would like to emphasize that as of now, Ukraine has been defending itself. It's a defense operation to resist Russia's military aggression in the territory of Ukraine. This is not the first time where we see such accusations.
If confirmed, it would be the first raid on Russian soil since the war broke out over a month ago. The Kremlin has said the alleged attack will hamper ongoing negotiations between Moscow and Kyiv. Some commentators have raised concerns that the alleged attack could be a false flag to justify a Russian mobilization or to hinder negotiations. Moscow said authorities are doing everything to reorganize the fuel supply chain in order to avoid disruption in Belgorod, which has served as a major hub for Russian military units involved in the invasion of Ukraine.
And that update brought the curtains down on tonight's probe, but do stay with us for a review of the main points. Public officers take to the streets of St. George to celebrate pension judgment. Chief Education Officer Angela Finlay says no permission was given for principals and teachers to participate in Friday's Freedom March. Fun Day at Green Street Preschool engages in special Fun Day of Learning. Over in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, one MP threatens to give a government minister a Chris Rock special. Moving further afield, Russia accuses Ukraine of a rocket attack on an oil storage depot. And in sports, Dream 11 spies LT20 bowl off next week, while Grenada receives an excellent rating from West Indies team manager and former fast bowler. Those were some of the major developments. For more on the country's current affairs, visit Grenada Broadcasting Network on Facebook and YouTube. You can also visit our website at gbn.gd and our GBN Production YouTube channel to view our live programs such as We Culture, which is on again tonight. On behalf of the team here at GBN, I'm Krista Campbell, wishing you a joyous weekend, and we'll see you again on Monday.